Hello everyone and welcome to kit 423, which is the triple card kit, and we'll be making these 3 cards. So there'll be this lovely one, which is happy birthday, let's celebrate. There will be the best wishes and the lovely just for you. Now, not everybody will have got the same decoupage sheets. You may have got the ones that have the lovely what are they, marigolds and the lovely carnations, or you may have got the daffodils and the red rose. I will be using the pink carnations on this one, so I'm just going to open that and pop to a side, and we will do the decoupage card first. I hope you're all okay. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and I'm coming along lovely after my operation, and I'm just hoping that it continues that way. So I'm just going to pop my other cards to a side for the moment, and I'm going to get my pieces out for this card. Now, to start with, I am going to take the decoupage pieces out, and I'm going to use a piece of foam, and on the back I'm just going to run round the edges just with a ball tool. It just helps to break some of the edges down. If you want to do it on the right side, you can. Just helps to push them down. I'll use a smaller ball tool. I think that one's just a little bit on the big side. So just work way round, and they just come out nicely. Just work your way around them, and don't force them. They do come out nicely, but just take care so as not to break. So there, we've got the first one out. I'm now going to go on to this one. I hope you can see okay. I'm just trying to do it a little bit different. Just try and maybe lift it up a fraction. Maybe you'll be able to see a bit better. Just there we go. It's a while since I've used my iPad for videoing, so hopefully I've got it set up right this time. So again, just gently work round. Don't force it. Whoops, I'm not doing that very well. There's a tiny little bit in the middle there, which I'm going to take out. Just work round nicely. They are fairly tight, so just be careful as you take them out. So now that has got the lovely spray out. And finally, we're going to go on to the main image. Just work around it gently, just pressing down into the foam. Or if you've got a different method, use the method that you're most comfortable using. I'm just going to take these little bits with the smaller ball tool, just so that I can work into these little creases a little bit better. And just work around it. And just nearly finished. These are all fairly simple cards to do, and I'm going to give you the measurements as we go along for each card. So if you want to make anything up similar, you will be able to do that. Just nearly there, and that's the final piece taken out now. So I'm just going to put those over there, and I'm going to just work round, just giving not so much the base layer, but these two. I'm just going to give these other layers just a little bit of definition by just working gently, just with a ball tool, just on the back, just to give them just a little bit of shape. Doesn't have to be a lot, but just a little bit. So as you can see there, just shaped it a little bit, and the other piece, and we'll put these together first, and then they'll be ready to put onto our card when we've done the rest. So I'm just going to take my pieces out of there, and so I'm going to use just foam pads, but you can use anything that you want. You can use silicone, or you can use the foam pads, whichever you feel comfortable in. But I'm going to use foam pads, and I'm using 2mm foam pads. They don't take a lot to put on, just putting one on each of the bigger, I'm tongue-tied today, of the bigger flowers, and then I can pop them straight onto this background piece. So I'll just take my backings off, and I'm going to use a tiny little bit of glue just to hold them. And I have my, oops, I'm just going to use these, and these are these new soft touch ink glue bottles from John Next Door, and they are so much easier to use, and your ink doesn't dry out on them. So right, so we're taking this piece first. I'm going to now position it nicely over the base image, and then finally the little one, just pop that on there. It only wants to be, so that is now, you can see there, we've just got that nice, whoops, nice little 3D layer. So I'm just going to pop that to a side, and we'll go on to the card. Now in your kit you will have your sentiment that says just for you, and I'm going to pop that onto the black first, and again I'm using my glue. If you wish to use spray glue, that's entirely up to you, but it's fairly easy as this to oops, let me just move that out of the way, to put glue on. So I'm just putting dabs of glue just the way around. I will hold it up so you can see where I put the glue when I've worked on my way around. Excuse me. Silly tickle today. I think it's because it's dry in here. The heating's been on, and it's just dried the atmosphere out a little bit. So if you can see there, I've just put dabs of glue on. We're now going to pop this onto our backing, so it just sits nicely on the black like that. So just pop that all down. So there you can see we've got the For You on the black. So again, we'll pop that to a side. Just going to put the glue away for the moment, because I just want to explain to you about these pieces of card. In your pack you'll have a black piece of card. Now for this video I have, actually I don't know whether you can see it, I have just drawn some lines. This piece of card is it's 10.6 square, and what we need to do is to cut it diagonally into 4. And the pattern piece of card, again, I don't know whether you can see, but I've just drawn lines on. That is 9.5 centimetres square. And again, we've got to cut that into 4. You can do this either with, I shall do it with both versions. I'll do it first with a craft knife, and then I will do it, whoops, move that over there, with guillotine. So if you can see, I am just lining it up. If I put this, I'll turn my mat over so you can see it better on the pink side. it'll show up better with the black. So what I'm doing here, oops, move it across so you can see, is I'm lining corner to corner, and I'm just running my craft knife straight down. So that has now cut that in half, apart from just this little top corner which I missed. And then I'm just going to cut on this other line to this other. It does help if you draw it in a line. It does help you to follow your line. So that is those two, and then again with this piece. It's entirely up to you which way you choose to cut these. I'll show you both ways. So those are the 4 pieces here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to rub my pencil line off. I think that's got it. There's just a bit on this one. Now this next one I will do with the guillotine. So bring my guillotine over, and I'm going to try and line up my, if I can do it so you can see it. It's not going to be very easy to see, but I'm lining both the top point at the top edge and the bottom point at the bottom edge, and then I'm cutting. Now the best way to cut the next bit is to do it on the straight line. Line it up along the top so that you've got your point on your bottom edge and the centre line is at the top, and again just cut down. Oops, doesn't want to come out. And then we'll do the other piece exactly the same. Now if it helps, when I've got mine lined up, I've found that I am at about 7.7 centimetres here. So that is then completely lined up straight. And then my bottom point is here, is right on the edge of my cutting line. I'll move that out of the way. And we're now going to mount them onto our pieces of black. So where's my glue? Again, it's entirely up to you. So we're going what ink you use, whether you use foam tape or glue. I prefer glue on this. It just gives you a little bit of wiggle room. And again, just a little bit, just around the corner, around all the edges, and then line it up. Whoops. And you should just have a very narrow border all the way around. Whoops. So as you can see there, there's just a very narrow border all the way around. So we do that with all 4 pieces. And again, just run the glue around the edge. Doesn't want a lot of glue. Again, just a narrow border all the way around. Whoops. That one's just slipped when it flipped over. So let me just move it across a bit. That's better. So then that's another one done. When you're matching your, whatever colour your pattern card is that's to go on, try and match the decoupage pieces as closely as possible. There is quite a good selection on the sheets, so I hope you find a nice one, and then you've got enough left on the decoupage sheets to make another card, because there are three separate flowers on each decoupage sheet. And again, just a bit of glue around the edge, and whoops, doesn't want to come up. Get it in a minute. And finally, just onto your base card, onto your black card. So that is that one done. So we now bring our card in, And this is a 6-inch square card. Well, actually, it's a 5 3/4. Is it 5 3/4? 5 7/8? Let me just check. 5 3/4, actually. It's the envelope that is 6. So again, what we're going to do is we are going to just place these on, position them. It should just overlap slightly in the middle. I'm just going to do it like that, so that we have a rough idea where we're going to place them. I'm right-handed, so I usually start in the top right-hand corner, but it's entirely up to you, whichever you find the easiest. So just going to run that. So what we need to do is just make sure we've got a nice narrow border. You can see just around the top edge there, just a nice little narrow border. I'm going to do my left-hand corner. And again, just a nice little narrow border. That then just overlaps gently in the middle. And just work around all 4 pieces. Again, just a nice little border. Trying to keep it as even as possible all the way around. Move that so you can see the bottom edges. And the last corner going on. Again, make sure they overlap level. So there you can see we've got all those nicely overlapped. So we're now going to put our base, our decoupage on. And I'm just going to pop it on flat because we've got enough height and we don't want to make it expensive. Oops, I've just noticed there's a tiny little bit here that I haven't poked out. Tiny little bit in the middle there. Just let me get that out. That's got it. And again, I'm just going to pop this on flat because we've already got the decoupage pieces using the foam tape. Make sure you just cover all the areas so that it lays nice and flat when you pop it down. Then I'm going to pop that just slightly to one side. And then we're going to take our for you. I'm going to pop some little foam pads just on the back. I'm cutting mine in half because it doesn't want to be a lot, but just enough to raise it up slightly. If I just move this across so you can see where I'm putting them. And just popping these nicely. I just want another little bit in there. Oops, some of them to a side and take the backing off. And I just put a dab of glue on the back. It doesn't want much, but it just helps to make sure that it is sealed, stuck down securely. And just a little dab of glue on the back of each foam pad. So then what we'll do is, using our card, I'm just going to pop this, line this up just down the left-hand edge. So, oops, got a cat hair on there. So that is the one we've made today, and that was the sample card. So you can see they're fairly simple to make, but they look quite effective. It's up to you whether or not you do a top fold. I did a top fold on this, but you can do it as a side fold. So I'm just going to pop this one to a side. Oops. And then we'll go on to the next one. So the next one is going to be the Best Wishes card. This one is fairly simple to do. And again, we've just got the pieces to cut. And the Best Wishes already cut out in the centre. I'll just get my bits out of here. You will have some lovely dewdrop gems in your pack. You will have all your little bits. So you have one strip, which the strip is going to go behind the best wishes. Now I'll give you the measurements of these. So your black piece on this is 10.6 centimetres square, and the pattern card is 9.5 centimetres square. So we just need to cut these in half. So again, I'm using the guillotine. I have drawn a line, if you can see, just down the centre there. It's not very clear, but it does give a little guide. And again, lining the top point and the bottom point up on the cutting edge of your, let me just move that across so you can see. The top edge at the cutting line and the bottom edge there, and then just cut straight down. Do the again, I've just drawn a very faint line for me to see on the pattern card, and again just going to pop it on the top edge and the bottom edge, so I'm just lined up, and again just cut straight down. So before we put them together, I'm going to show you how to apply this. So you need to open your card up, and there is 2 little tabs at either end. They just need to be pushed in. Just push them in. You can push them up a little bit. It doesn't need to be a lot. We need to run glue just down the outer edge of the text on both sides. You can put some little dabs, just odd ones. It doesn't want a lot, just on the letters. Just helps to hold the card down. Doesn't want a lot, just a little bit. Your card then slides under this top edge and under the bottom edge. What you can do is just, if you run just a little bit of glue and hold your tab down, a little bit of glue there and hold your tab down. Oops, I didn't put enough there. And hold your tab down. So then when it's there, both of those are fastened down on both sides, but when you turn your card over, you've got your lovely colour showing through. And just pop that down like that. Make sure that you the glue on the back of the letters has just helped to hold them down. Just give them a second. So we're now going to add these squares together onto our black card, and just run it again just round the edge, making sure you get right up into the corner. Again, just down that edge, and a nice even border all the way around on one. That's one. We'll do it on the other. This one is quite a simple card to do, but it's nice. It's one that is just a little bit different. The actual, I'm not thinking straight, the actual best wishes, I think I've got the die here. It is Creative Expressions, I believe, but I will show you because it's very useful. There is a few. I thought I had it with me, but I maybe haven't. But it's a lovely Creative Expressions one, and it's a border one. There is 1 or 2 different designs in the in this style, and they're lovely. They really are nice. You can now decide which way you want to put these up. If you want to do them that way, whichever way you find suits you, that is how you do them. Again, just going to run the glue around the outer edge. Again, just leave a nice border. I'm leaving maybe just over 1/4 inch, 1/2 centimetre on this one. On the other one, I left a narrower one, but I'm just sort of varying this one slightly. Again, make sure you get your glue right up into the corner. Again, just around about 1/2 centimetre, like that. And then we're just going to add some of the little gems. I'm only putting 2 on, but it's up to you. You can put more on. Oops, I will when I can get them out of the packet. They don't want to come out. There. I'm using my little pickup tool to get them. So, ooh, they're alive. Put 1 on there. And 1 on there. If you want to add more, you can do, but I'm just leaving mine at 2. On the other one, I used pink ones, but I didn't have enough of all the different colours to give you a selection. So I thought that the clear ones would be a lot better to put in. So that is that lovely Best Wishes card. That was the sample, and that is the one we've done today. So just pop those to a side and we'll do the last card. Oops, let's pop that there. Pop that over there. And this one is the lovely Happy Birthday. So this one, it's beautiful. I like this. And it is suitable. This is nice for a man's card. Or even a teenager's, because it's just that little bit different. And again, I will give you the measurements that I have used. So on the black card you need 2 pieces, and they are 2 at 10 centimetres by 5.2, and the pattern is 9.5 centimetres by 4.7. These we need to mat and layer like we did the others. So again, just with glue around the outer edge and run that round. Oops, just make sure I've got a bit on there. And again, just leave a nice even border on your card, and just make sure that it's stuck down well. So that's one piece, and then we'll do the other. I'll just move that across so you can see. And just all around the outer edge, and again just leave a nice little border. Again, you will have different colours to what I've used on this, because the pack of this card comes in a variety of different colours. So leave them to dry. You will also have Happy Birthday and Let's Celebrate. So I'm just going to pop mine. You can decide whichever way you want to do these, but whichever way you need to work out before you stick them down. So mine are a little bit longer, but I'm just going to balance mine onto the black like that. Just stuck it down, let it dry. Then I'm going to go and do the Happy Birthday next. Mine are a little bit longer. Yours may have been cut shorter, but I had forgotten to cut mine, so I had to do a quick cut out for these. So again, just balance them nicely, whoops, on, leaving a nice border. And I'm just going to, oops, let me get my clippers. Just going to cut mine back a bit because I don't need it quite as long as that. Move that across. My next job will be to pop, whoops, let's move that, to pop these on, decide which way we're going. This is where you will decide where you're going to do it. So you could do, like I've done, Happy Birthday and Let's Celebrate, or you could do it this way, where you'd put Let's Celebrate, Happy Birthday. I think I'm going to do it this way, which is the opposite to what I did on the original one. So first of all, we're going to put foam tape or foam pad should I say, on the back of the first one. Now, bearing in mind that you need to leave a little gap here on the underside so that your tag will slot under. So I'm putting one high up there, and then I'm going to leave a gap. And you see, leave a gap there, so that will then allow the tag to slide under. Oops, doesn't want to come off. And on this side, just run them down. Oops. So we're going to pop that one on first. Just take the backing off. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of glue onto the back. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then bring the card in. And I'm going, whoops, let me just wipe that off. Didn't want glue on there. I'm going to just position this just in the top corner. And then using the Let's Celebrate, I am just going to slide this, put glue on the back. And then this, you can slide in, just level it up. So that is on that one. Now going to pop the other tag in. So again, on this side, we need to leave the gap here. And oops, let me get some more tab. Leave a little gap there. So I'm just leaving my little gaps at this side to pop my happy birthday in. Oops, fingers stuck on that one. And that there. Again, let's just take the backing off. There. Just nearly got it all. Dab of glue just on the back, and then we're going to position this in this bottom corner about there. Then take our happy birthday tag, again do exactly the same as the other one, just run some glue round and carefully, oops, slide that in and leave it straight. So that is the one we've made today. That was the sample card. So just look both slightly different, but the same. Now I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll be sure, hopefully sending you another video, another design shortly. Hopefully by the time you get this, I may have been on my holidays, I'm not sure. I'm hoping to go middle of May, but we'll see how things go. Take care everybody and enjoy, and don't forget to share your cards. Bye.